Hello traders, welcome to another trading interview, this time with one of our series of FTMO traders, Sergio from Panama City in Panama. Welcome Sergio.
Hi, Peter. Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure and it's an honor to be part of these interviews.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much. And we are so happy to having you on here too. And guys, for those who are listening to us for the first time, FTMO is a serious company that actively searches for trading talents because we have developed a unique two-step evaluation process that consists of FTMO challenge and verification phase. And once you pass this two-step evaluation process, you will be offered a unique placement in our proprietary trading company. And that is why we have Sergio here, because Sergio is another really good trader. He currently has one FTMO account with 62,000 and 500, sorry, because he scaled up his account from $50,000 and he had a profit from a previous period of $8,000. So another great result and congratulations. So before we will start asking some strategic questions, please can you tell us something about you and can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Yes, Peter. I'm 40 years old. I'm a full-time trader since last year, since August to
Uh-huh.
2020. I am from Mexico. I'm Mexican, but I'm now based in Panama.
Uh-huh.
Mm. This is basically my.
And what was your job before you become FTMO trader?
I used to have a job
Uh-huh.
before I became a full-time trader. I work for an airline,
Uh-huh.
so uh, I have a degree in accounting. So
Uh-huh.
I'm an accountant.
Uh-huh.
I used to have an employer,
Uh-huh.
a former employee, and eventually I became a trader
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to be independent, to have
Mm-hmm.
some freedom in my life,
I get it.
and to do something different. So that's why I became a trader from being an employee to a
Mm-hmm.
trader. And yes, that's basically my story.
Well, so from accountant to a FTMO trader. Nice. So my question is,
Mhm.
well, do you see some, well, what knowledge did you get from accounting and you are using right now in the trading industry? Do you use some, knowledge from accounting?
Basically, the accounting is about numbers. It's there are many branches in accounting, the financial part, and basically I match my passion for
Mm-hmm.
numbers with the
Mm-hmm.
trading
Mm-hmm.
that I have with accounting background,
Mm-hmm.
and it works perfectly because being an accountant, I like programming
Mm-hmm.
and all these things that the algorithms and all this
Mm-hmm.
works perfectly with trading. So I think this helped me a lot with my new career as a trader when I
Uh-huh.
started.
Well, I was just asking because I believe that accountants had some journals. So, do you
Mhm.
have your trading journal?
Yes, I have a journal
Mm-hmm.
where yeah, where of
You do.
course, I put the records of all my, especially not the trade exactly, but the market and my impressions when I perform the trading. So in general, it's sometimes I put the specific
Uh-huh.
trading, but most of the time is the whole is the psychological part,
Uh-huh.
is the market condition, how I feel,
Uh-huh.
and how I did the trade when I was in the market. So basically, I use the journal to uh, try to record
Okay.
the technical part and my emotions, how I feel, how I develop
Mm-hmm.
during the training session.
That's really interesting because you are journaling your traits as like from your feelings point of view And what else? Do you use some entry and exit points, or entry price and exit price, and something else, some pictures or something else?
Well, it's interesting because in the FTMO metrics,
Uh huh.
when you get you can see each trade, and you can enter comments,
Uh huh.
and well, I noticed this a few days ago,
Uh huh.
and I think it's very important because I used to use an Excel tool,
Uh huh.
but now I will use the FTMO
Cool.
metrics that will helps to, for example, a specific trade.
Uh
You
huh.
can put everything,
Uh huh.
everything your what happens. So this is very cool. So
That that's really
I
interesting. Well, and can you for example show us in the next part how do you journal your trades?
Yeah, I can show. Well, it's now in an Excel,
Uh
but
huh.
I since I noticed that there is a feature in the FTMO matrix, I will use it in the future. But I can show you in my spreadsheets.
Okay, can we take a look
Mhm.
now?
Yes, yes. Well, Peter, this is my trading journal,
Mm-hmm.
more or less how I work with my trading. This trading journal is only use when I see an impression. I have emotion,
Mm-hmm.
or high emotion sense during my trading session when performing. So basically, I just have it's a basic spreadsheet
Mm-hmm.
that it's a day, the result of that day of
Mm-hmm.
trading, and one matrix I use is the VIX trading,
I get it.
and is there any news close to my or anything that I see in the economic calendar, that might impact this session, and the explanation
Mm-hmm.
or the conclusion I get for this kind of movement. Most of the time is a high volatility
Mm-hmm.
in the session. So we will go over the strategy, but basically mm, I seek for low volatility. So if there is big movements that somehow mess my trading,
Mm-hmm.
and here is the currencies involved,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Of course.
and some additional, well, headlines,
Mm-hmm.
news or something, so source of information, and what kind of event, if there is, especially with some, I found
Mm-hmm.
that this was an intervention or a big uh, fund or bank. If I feel like this,
Mm-hmm.
or it's just market
Mm-hmm.
feeling. And well, this is, I don't know if we can present this, but this is some of my
Of course.
work.
Expert advisors, I get it.
Yes, and how I feel it, because I started this journal because as you can see, the emotions I felt was desperation, because I lost a lot of money in that session,
Uh-huh.
in that day in March
Well,
22.
well, this is really interesting. The last part, the emotions. How many emotions did you write there, for example? Or
It's well, it's basically I try to be just concrete. For
mm-hmm.
example, this was I think the worst emotion I felt
Uh-huh.
in this year. For example, I felt nothing. Just I see for example,
Okay.
the Bitcoin and the VIX was a very volatile session. So I felt nothing because it was in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I scalped in the Asia session. It's in the afternoon. So I felt nothing.
Okay.
Here is surprise. For example, in this, I felt just surprised
Of
because
course.
I didn't expect that. In this session, something happened with this pair, and I felt control. I felt the impact, but I was control. I don't
Okay,
feel
okay.
any desperation or surprise.
Okay, okay. I believe that we don't have to go through all your emotions there, but I get there is a lot of them. But my question is, do you have some analysis of those emotions and the results of your trades? For example, if the emotions from surprise feeling were mostly, or the traits from the surprise emotion were mostly winners or losers. Do you have something like that?
All these are losers.
Okay.
All these, all these. I created this because I tried to understand what I lost the trade, for
Uh-huh.
example. So the idea is to analyze if my emotions intervene
Uh-huh.
the
How they
in
influence
the
you.
law.
Okay. And
Exactly.
wouldn't be interesting, or I don't know, it's your strategy, but wouldn't be interesting to also put those emotion when you have winners?
Yeah, probably when I have winners,
You always
I don't
surprise.
feel
No?
no, no. When there's a winner, I don't feel anything.
Okay.
I think this is something that that has to be. So
That has to be.
in,
Cool.
yeah, it's. I don't feel that. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't feel that like that. I feel that I have to get some winners. So I have to have a good performance. For
Mm.
me, to get a winner is to have a good performance,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay. It's my task. So
Well, traders, this is
uh,
professional approach to trading. Really good job.
well, so that's why I created this only for the losers because
Cool.
yes, this is it's still impacting me
Nice.
in my psychology.
Well, can you show me your
Mhm.
strategy in the trading view?
Of course. Let's see. Okay. Well, Peter, this is my strategy. Basically, I'm doing scalping in Asia session.
Mm-hmm.
So just a couple or maybe 3 pips for each trade.
Mm-hmm.
So before I start with the pair that I will perform, I have some previous checkpoints I do each time.
Mm-hmm.
When the session, when the markets are close in America, I check um, the indices.
Uh-huh.
I check the VIX. So basically, if the VIX is above 25 points, I do not trade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I check as well the futures of Yen of that session. If the Yen it's it has a volatility of I mean fall or increase more than 3%, I do not trade in
Mm-hmm.
that session. So this is basically my main two steer points. So I don't like to have a lot of volatility because since I'm just seeking a couple or 3 pips and I'm risking my strategies scalping that is 3 to 1. So every for each point I'm risking 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to avoid any volatility. And of course, I do not trade if there are news, even if there are low impact news. For example, for the Kiwi or for the Aussie, that most of the time they have small economic
Mm-hmm.
releases. So I do not trade
So if
in
I will
that sense.
just jump to speech, you are looking at first at the fundamental analysis. So you are just looking at
Exactly.
if those sessions have high or low impact on the market, and what was the volatility there, or how much did move up or down, and then you take a look specifically more to each news events that are restricted to trade around that, and as well those events that have small impact on the trading, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
All events. Mhm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So so I try to be out when there is a lot of when there is unexpected volatility, when there is some movements. I try to be out because
mm-hmm,
it can it can mess all my trading
mm-hmm,
session. So once I see that, I check each pair because I basically I use the 28 pairs. I do a quick checking
mm-hmm,
after I see that. For example, if there is a low impact news in the Kiwi,
mm-hmm,
I I just remove Kiwi, but I work with the, for example, the euro dollar. So this pair I trade because there's nothing. Usually there is nothing in the Asia session or previous 1 hour or 2 hours
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
before of the opening of the Asia session. So I work with those pairs and I check uh, how the previous hour, if there are big movements or not. I try to find a ping pong. I mean, just the
Mm-hmm.
price is doing like that.
Some bouncing from some
And
resistance, right?
exactly. So this is the main part of the strategy because
Uh-huh,
the strategy is to find support
uh-huh,
because I used to well no I used to it's usually I get only longs, so
uh-huh.
I try to get buys only.
Okay.
So so if for example the volatility of or the price is ranging, it's okay for me before. I mean, if it's ranging, okay. So in this case, we have opened this Aussie Swiss
Mm-hmm,
that it's that the only, let's say, tool I use in the chart is the session timing, right? Here we have, we've seen the chart. We see that the Asia session opens in the white lake, right? This part,
mm-hmm.
the red or yeah, more or less red, it's the America session. So this is the point, the part I check. This, for example, this. Can you see my mouse in the screen? I don't
Well,
know if you can
I cannot.
but if you see, for example, 1 hour or 2 hours before the white frame, the
Yes,
market,
I see the white frame or the white
yes,
part of the
yeah,
chart.
the one, yeah. So it's before that is somehow the red, and the price is like falling a little bit.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah. But this is okay. It's not like the 4 hours before that. It's just eh, doing a high movements,
Mm-hmm,
so it's okay when the price is ranging. So this is where I use it. If this condition is compliant
mm-hmm,
with I decide to use this pair for trading. So I use an I read strategy. I mean, I use an expert advisor that supports me
mm-hmm.
uh, to 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 enter in the market. I
Some
use
other
only
confirmations.
exactly. So the experts basically helps me to get good spreads because
Mm-hmm,
the difficult part of this trading strategy is to get a good spread because in Asia, especially the first hour, is the spreads are so wide. So um, sometimes are 10 pips. So I cannot trade that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the pairs that use European currencies like this Swiss and the crosses that we have Swiss or euros or pounds,
Mm-hmm.
my rule is to have a maximum of 3 pips of spread.
Mm-hmm.
So the expert advisor have this condition. If there are 3 pips or less, I enter.
Mm-hmm.
The other condition is to find support and resistance. Here where I mark with the dot green area,
Mm-hmm.
it's a support zone. So the expert try to find these areas, and this is the second condition
Mm-hmm.
to get the trade.
Mm-hmm.
So when the expert basically helps me to do the entry.
So another like a signal, right?
It's like a signal, yeah,
Uh-huh.
like a signal. So if these conditions, previously to my fundamental, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
analysis, and I put the expert in on, let's say it's ready. So if the expert advisor uh, fulfills its two conditions, spreads and support resistance, then the expert advisor enters
Mm-hmm.
a buy. So once the expert advisors enters, another thing that basically will determine if my my trade
Mm-hmm.
will be success is the slippage, but this is something that you cannot control. This is part of the market. Sometimes the slippage is 1 pip,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's 3 pips,
Mm-hmm.
but you cannot control that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that if everything goes as expected, so there are a maximum of 3 pips, like we see the support zone
Mm-hmm.
and in dot in green, but the spread zone is the blue one. So let's say that if the expert enter here
Mm-hmm.
in the green one, but the spread is blue, I am on the blue zone when I'm in the market. So I have this drawdown of 3 pips plus commission, and it's okay. It's something accepted. The stop loss, the I have in this strategy I have 3 stop loss. The expert
Mm-hmm.
has a hidden stop loss of in this case it's it's 3 to 1. So I'm seeking for 3 pips. In this, the take profit is the red dot
Mm-hmm.
um, line. Is the take profit is a 3 pip take profit. So I have a 9 pip of stop loss. So the below one red line is
Mm-hmm.
the, the stop loss. This is a hidden stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
In the order when the signal is activated and the expert advisor enters, there is a stop loss of 25 pips in the order. So only for security reasons to avoid in case this stop loss is not activated,
Mm-hmm.
there's another. And in my platform, I have a dedicated server where I put the MetaTrader and the expert is working there. There's another expert advisor I use in case the drawdown is is close to the maximum
Mm-hmm.
allowed. For example, in my account, well, is a 10% of the initial balance, so it's 6,200. But I use a maximum drawdown of 500, 5,000, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
5,600. So this is my maximum. I don't want to be even closer to the 6,000. So I these expert advisors helps me in case
Yep.
something
I get it.
goes totally wrong and controls this and close everything, close
Mm-hmm.
the orders because um, the expert can opens up to three
Mm-hmm.
trades at the same moment. So one trade can go okay, it's running good, but other pair can be totally different. So the drawdown can,
Mm-hmm.
or the mixing of all these drawdowns can I try to control
Mm-hmm.
with this expert advisor that
Mm-hmm.
help me to manage the risk. So this is in regard the risk, how I manage the
Mm-hmm.
trade. So going back to the strategy, once the trade is here, well, I'm facing the drawdown because the spread, and I see that the price is reacting in my favor. I have to check if I leave the take profit as I was planned,
Mm-hmm.
the 3 pips in this case, or if I see this this strong with no retracement, this strong part, you see the green part
Mm-hmm.
when the price uh, is just growing. Uh, I sometimes move the take profit to the next resistance level. So in this case, it could be 6 pips instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
But if the price is doing ranges, is not going forward to the take profit, I leave it and I close it as it is. So this is basically how the strategy works when they take profit.
Okay. Thank.
If the price,
Uh-huh.
yeah, another rule I have in my scalping is not to leave more than 1 hour open
Okay.
the trade. If let's say that is open, but the price is going nowhere, it's just ranging
Mm-hmm.
very small. I just close it
Mm-hmm.
if I see that it's 1 hour or 1 hour and 10 minutes, I close it because I see that the price is going to nowhere,
Okay.
and I try to avoid the more volatility is
Mm-hmm.
more unexpected. So when the time is when the session is passing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the first hour and it's the second hour. So the volatility start increasing.
Mm-hmm.
So I only scalp, I only trade the first 2 hours of
Okay.
the Asia session. Mhm.
So, okay, you have thoroughly explained your strategy, and if I will just briefly summarize it, you are using some support and resistance levels. You are using some expert advisors just for some signal, just as a signal, and then you are a scalping trader who holds trades no more than 1 hour, and you use same strategy to all forex pairs, or do you focus on only some of them?
It's basically for all,
Okay.
but it depends when I start analyzing all the pairs,
Mm-hmm.
I decide if I see that it's moving a lot before the opening, I do not use it. So I try just to skip
Mm-hmm.
the most volatile pairs.
Cool.
And yes, I basically I check all the 28 pairs.
Nice.
So if there's an opportunity, and I'm basically for my for these amounts, I use 20 25 lots, so it's a lot of volume.
Mm-hmm.
So the lot size is 20 25.
Mm-hmm.
If there's another signal, it's around 15.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot, the next level lot, so I don't want to overexpose the account. So and the third is like 9 lots. So this
Mm-hmm.
would be let's say the typical
Mm-hmm.
trading. Sometimes there are more opportunities, but it's decrease is like 1 lot
Mm-hmm.
if there are more than three. But it depends. I sometimes I just leave maximum three trades per session,
Okay.
and if I see that it's not so, I feel that it's
Mm-hmm.
not so risky that there I don't see a lot of volatility. I allow
Mm-hmm.
the experts to release more signals,
Cool.
trades.
Okay, thank you so
Mhm.
much for this overview of strategy. I totally understand it, what you are doing. And can you show me your results for the strategy?
Of course, let's check it.
Okay, so what a nice chart. Can you explain me something about the emotions during this period?
Well, you can see the growing is very smooth in the
Uh-huh.
first part, so it was okay for me. I don't remember having uh, extreme emotions here.
Uh-huh.
Only the last, if you can see the drawdown of the last
Yes.
day, I think I
What
I
happened
have
there?
yeah, I see that there was a lot of volatility unexpected because I didn't see that
Mm-hmm.
coming. We didn't have any news, anything. The peaks and
Mm-hmm.
the America session was very stable, not so uh, volatile, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, this was something related with the, I think it was the Aussie, the Australian dollar,
Mm-hmm.
some volatility.
Mm-hmm.
So the drawdown fell. I think I has three trades or four. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember, but we were running like four trades, and I I think I remember, yes, in that part uh, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to have a wider drawdown
Mm-hmm.
to reach the maximum
Mm-hmm.
drawdown allowed. So I decided to close it before the trading
Mm-hmm.
finished because I see a lot of risk in that part. I think I struggle with my emotions this part. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that was a hard part. But at the end, I think I was satisfied at the end before
And you sold.
analyzing my emotions and, uh, and reviewing
Mm-hmm.
the conditions of the market. So I decided to end
Mm-hmm.
the trading period because it's now FTMO
Mm-hmm.
allows to decide
Mm-hmm.
the profit split day. So I think I just reduced a couple of days before the expected split day. So I decided to end this trading period at that
But
time. So
it seems that you handled the psychology part really good because you've been steadily growing, but then when you were decreasing and it started to go really down, you just said stop. Let's stop here and let's take what I have right now. Is that right?
yes,
Almost.
exactly. This
Exactly.
this is this is what I try to do. Yeah, I'm out and I will not do
Nice.
anything until the next week. Mhm.
We can also see here that you had the scaled account, so your profit split from this trading period was 90%. That is really good.
Yeah, this is very generous from
Uh huh.
FTMO. Yes, we can see
Yes.
this
Nice.
is beautiful. But yes, I think I am in the 6 month. I am a funded trader. It's been 6 months since I'm funded. So
Yes.
right now. This is the fifth. What we're seeing is the fifth month,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And yes, this was the first scale up
Mm-hmm.
account I had because before I have the 50,000 account.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we have this
And
beautiful
can you show me
payout
this?
rate.
Can you show me the statistic there?
Yeah, let's go
And
down.
also the profit was like more than 8,000. So sorry traders, in the beginning I just said that it was like 8,000. This is a profit of almost $9,000.
Yes, and here we see what I was talking you previously.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want the maximum daily drawdown is 6,020
Yes, it increased.
2,150.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I try to be below 5,000, 5,060, 600.
Hmm.
So that's why my psychology was in that last day very very extreme.
I
It
get
was
it.
push. I was in because I usually I don't want well in other account in other previous
Mm-hmm.
accounts I don't even reach three
Mm-hmm.
more than 3,000.
3,000.
So I want to control
Hmm.
this. Yeah. So I feel I feel huge emotions the last
Mm-hmm.
day. So I decided to
Mm-hmm.
make the decision
Cool.
to stop. So this is something that I think all traders that are funded wants to control it very,
Yes,
very, very
they should.
strictly.
They have to.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So, and what about the statistics there? Just take a brief look. Yes, so really high win rate and reward risk ratio above 1, but 0.83 is really good for this win rate strategy. So really good. 65 trades. How many trades do you open in one day normally? I see 3, 4. Do you have some rule on that or?
yes, the rule is basically I see if I can if I feel comfortable with free trades and I mean the volatility and the market it's not
Mhm,
so volatile, yeah. Um, I allow the signal, the expert to open more with
mhm,
a loss, well, a less volume,
mhm,
but it can be even six trades
mhm,
if I feel comfortable. Usually, I don't allow to open more than three in a
mhm,
day.
mhm,
Uh, Sometimes there are not so many opportunities, and sometimes, of course, there's no. I do not open
mhm,
trade. For example, we have here nine, but since I'm working in the Asia, I open in the last hour
mhm,
of the FTMO, I think, servers or
mhm,
something, then it goes to the next hour. So that's why we see nine trades here, but usually it would be something like this: three, two, three, four,
mhm,
more or
I
less would
see.
be something like that.
Pretty consistent. Cool. And can you show me how many instruments did you open?
Yes, we can see. This is a trading journal I was talking you that is very cool because
Uh
I
huh.
will start using that. So
Cool.
you can insert your journal, your chart here and explain
Yes,
and read some
exactly. That's why
explanations. So
we
this
did
is
it.
very cool.
Mhm.
It's very cool. But here you can see all
Yes.
trades were open the first hour
Only.
and only
Okay.
buys
And only buys. Nice.
only buys.
That's discipline.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
and yes,
And as I can
we
see,
have
you are
we have
really you are really trading like a lot of instruments. Cool.
yes several.
Okay.
So we have the lot
Mhm.
size and
Nice.
yes, usually it's the Aussie because
Mhm.
it's the Asia but session, but it gives a lot of
Mhm.
opportunity. Sometimes the euro dollar is up or the pound
Mhm.
dollar it's more, but in this case it's
Cool.
the Aussies. We see the Aussies and some uh, yen with
Mhm.
dollar. So
Nice.
yeah, basically it's several pairs.
All right. Thank you so much for this analysis. Thank you for sharing with us this. And let's go for our last part of the interview. Okay, Sergio, tell me, what are your future trading plans in your career?
Well, my plan right now is to die trading. Yeah, this is my life. This is something I will not. I'm not planning to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely plan to keep funded with FTMO. This is something that I definitely
Cool.
want to do and to keep learning
Mm-hmm.
because this is endless learning thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
career that you will never
You never stop learn.
uh, exactly. So
Something will
since
happen, something new. Always will happen something new. So
yes,
exactly.
so I plan to do, and since I have my own accounts to keep
Yep.
growing, and these things, this is
Great.
my plans for the future.
And do you have some advice to our traders?
Well, I told you I watched every interview you made with the traders. I think there is so many things the traders already said, like strategy,
Mm-hmm.
discipline, risk management, and
Mm-hmm.
psychology. I think everything was said already, but I can say to the traders, to the, the traders that want to be funded
Mm-hmm.
with FTMO, that you have to be tenacious. You have to and never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And most important, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in you. You have to have faith in your strategy, in everything
Mm-hmm.
you are doing. You just straightforward
Mm-hmm.
and day and night keep going.
Yes.
You eventually you will get funded with FTMO if
Exactly.
if you keep doing what you're doing. You have to believe in yourself. You have to
Great.
try to be strong in that part and believe in yourself. Definitely, this is that
Mm-hmm.
every trader has to be strong in and
Well,
in his mind. Mhm.
well, thank you for your insights and input in this interview. It was really nice meeting you, and I really appreciate that you took your time to share your strategy with us. It means a lot to me, and thank you for your view on your trading journal of how you handle emotions, of how you journal your emotion, and mostly how you handle the winners. Because when you win, you don't feel happy or mad nor surprised. Nothing. Just like you said, nothing. It's just a long way, and one win is not a win. It's the trading business is it's for the long term. So that was literally professional trading approaches, and thank you so much for this. And I really thank you for the fundamental and sentimental analysis with the comments and emotions there. So thank you so much. Please remember to trade safe and always stick to your rules. And I have one special advice for you. Most of the time you need one pattern to make a living. Do you have any last words?
Yes, just take the FTMO challenge, do it, and keep going, keep going. It's worth it. And as I always put in my reviews, like the book says, trading for a living is possible with FTMO. So it's really amazing, and it's a really generous profit split. So it's a unique opportunity. I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and with FTMO, and just try it. Just try it, and until you achieve this target of being a funded trader.
And that's FTMO.